All right, let's dive into something truly strange today. We're talking about the blank canvas protocol. This is a wild story where a remote village school becomes ground zero for magic, aliens, and a secret society of wizards. And it all seems to revolve around one single kid.
This quote, it throws us right into the deep end at Devil's Hill Central School. This is the exact moment an ordinary classroom just isn't ordinary anymore. It perfectly sets the tone for a story that is constantly making you question what's real.
So it all kicks off with the new English teacher, a guy named Mr. Ravi. But his students are about to find out that his lesson plans go way beyond grammar and literature. We're talking about real, honest-to-goodness magic.
Okay, so Mr. Ravi's first lesson is where things get truly wild. He picks up a piece of chalk, but instead of just drawing pictures, he creates a living, breathing portal on the blackboard. The students don't just see it, they feel it. They're terrified by a tiger that literally shines, and they can actually hear the roar of the bears he's just drawn.
And it's not just in the classroom either. Outside of school, he's always followed by this enormous black-feathered bird that's less like a wild animal and more like a loyal bodyguard. It just adds to this whole aura of power he has going on.
But Mr. Ravi's blackboard magic is really just the tip of the iceberg. It becomes pretty clear pretty fast that he isn't some kind of one-off magical event. Nope, the entire village of Devil's Hill is basically a hotbed for the supernatural.
And that's the big question, right? Is Mr. Ravi just this strange outsider bringing magic to an otherwise normal place? Or is he just one small part of a much, much bigger and weirder picture? Well, the answer is a definite no. The entire village is just soaked in weirdness. You've got a redwood tree that actually talks and gives advice. You have these little 2-foot-tall elves running around, and then a literal UFO shows up to take them away. Add in some ghosts, an invisible friend that writes on the blackboard, and flying bikes, and yeah, this is not an ordinary town.
So what are we supposed to make of all this chaos? Well, the key thing to realize is that this probably isn't chaos at all. It seems like there's some kind of organization behind the scenes. You know, a secret club of very powerful people who know exactly what's going on.
And this brings two major players into focus. On one side, you have Mr. Ravi, the public magician. He uses his power openly to teach and inspire. But on the other side, you have Mr. Cyril. He's a rich businessman whose power is all shadows and secrets tied to ancient artifacts. And what's really interesting is that both of them are intensely focused on the same student.
And Mr. Cyril's intentions? Well, they become terrifyingly clear when he says this to our narrator. This isn't just about teaching, it's a claim. It feels like there's a hidden battle for this boy's loyalty, maybe even a soul going on right under everyone's noses.
Which leads us, of course, right to the person at the very center of this storm, our narrator, a young boy named Amal, who is way more than just a bystander in all this.
I mean, you have to ask, why all this attention? Why are these two incredibly powerful men, one a public wizard and the other a secretive collector, so laser-focused on one kid? What makes Amal so special?
And here's why. Because it turns out Amal is anything but ordinary. He has his own incredible powers. We're talking cat eyes that can see things no one else can, a magic disc for seeing the past and future, and he even knows ancient spells to control elephants. He has prophetic dreams about aliens. He's not a pawn in their game. He's a major player.
So, after all that, where are we? Well, we're not left with a lot of answers. Instead, we have a whole heap of fascinating, unsolved mysteries that really get you thinking.
First off, the bikes. They just show up one day. No keys, no engines, but you can ride them straight up into the sky. Where did they come from? Who sent them? It's a total mystery.
And then there are the elves. Who are these little shiny beings? And what's their connection to that silent spaceship that just hovers over the school? Are they visitors? Guardians? Something else entirely? We just don't know.
Then you've got Mr. Cyril's whole deal. His power and his money come from this massive treasure he found in his quarry. We're talking ancient books, swords covered in gems, old statues. What is this stuff, and where did it come from?
And maybe this is the biggest question of all. What is the endgame here? What do Mr. Cyril, Mr. Ravi, and the rest of this Wizards Club actually want? What's their master plan, and why is Amal so important to it?
All of this leaves us with one last, really mind-bending thought. In a world that has magic spells, ghosts, and UFOs, what are we actually looking at here? Is it some ancient supernatural force, or could it be something else? Could everything we're calling magic just be a form of technology that is so incredibly advanced it's completely indistinguishable from it? Something to think about.